IMTV! Welcome one and all to a very glorious sunny evening in the Ullevi Stadium in Gothenburg. It's a little after, what is it now, just coming after 7 o'clock, so the doors have been open for about an hour or so, fans are streaming into this sold-out show, which was sold out in, well, virtually seconds, as I seem to recall. And we're actually way up here on the top of the stand here, and Johnny's a bit nervous, aren't you, Johnny? You're right up there. He doesn't like the old heights, but it's not too bad. It's not too bad. And we haven't spotted any albatross yet either. We've been looking for them. I know Bruce has been looking for them the last couple of shows, so anyway, still no albatross. But I'm also up here with the inimitable Mr. Smallwood, and here to have a few words. I mean, here we are today, and another sold-out show. Last time we were here was 2005, July, and it's just another massive show. I mean, Gothenburg is kind of Maiden City on days like this, isn't it?
Yeah, I think Gothenburg has sort of become a sort of mecca for Maiden fans. I mean, they come from all over. Last time, 2005, it was the first big stadium we played in. Well, we played the stadium in Stockholm a couple of times. It's about 30,000. Of course, we did that as well this time. But yeah, it was a big event last time in 2005. And Swedish TV filmed it live, a live broadcast right across Scandinavia, or the Nordic territory. So you kids know, the Nordic territories are Scandinavia plus Finland. Finland is not officially Scandinavia. The Nordic territories are actually Iceland, Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Finland. I think that's it. And it's just a great place because, as you probably see, it's very high at the sides and very low at the back. So you don't get that many people at the back, which is really, with sight lines and everything else, not great seats. The bulk of the people, there's 26,000 people on the floor, and then 31,000 around the seats, which never looks at it from down there. I went in today and thought, how the hell are they going to get 30,000 people in the seats? But it's actually quite huge, that whole arc. And it's the home of Gothenburg's football team, and it was... it's actually an athletics stadium originally how it was built, so you can see the track all the way around, which means the floor is huge. There's a lot of stadiums, like Twickenham's around the rugby pitch, Wembley's around a football pitch. This is an athletic track around a football pitch, so the floor is huge. I mean, there's 18,000 on the floor at Twickenham, or no, 16,000. There's 26 here. It's just a huge, massive area. And it's in the middle of town. There's some great pedestrian areas here, with lots of bars and tables outside. Today's the hottest day they've had all year in Gothenburg, and it's been glorious all week since we got up to Scandinavia, or Nordic territories. And the town's just full of people in Maiden shirts. The bars are full, shoe shops, bars are playing Maiden music. It's like Maidenville. It's just spectacular. And obviously great crowds up here. It's a real affinity with the band, with Sweden, all the Nordics. We come in here. I think we played the Scandinavium here, which is about an 11,000 seat arena. I think we played it more than anyone else. I think it's like 13 times in our history before we eventually got to play in this place. So we've got a long history with Gothenburg.
Yeah, well, obviously, Bruce has been saying along the whole tour, during some of his little talks, he's saying this has been the biggest tour that the band have ever done and everything like this. And obviously in Scandinavia, this must be the biggest shows in Trondheim, and also must be the biggest shows we've done there as well.
Oh yeah, right across. Yeah, I mean, last time we went to Norway, we played the Valhalla in Oslo, which is 12,000, and a whole 10,000 in Bergen. About 22,000. This time was 25,000, 23, 48, 50,000. Huge increase in Norway. In Finland last time was 2 Hartwells and the Tampere, which is about 30,000. This time it was 30 in Tampere, 43 in Helsinki. You're talking 70 odd, so 23 times the number of people. It's quite astonishing, really. God knows why. Yeah,
I was going to say, have you any idea why it's kind of why Maiden is so, I mean, that's obviously immensely popular everywhere, but why Scandinavia is particularly? Have you got any idea why that could be? Over the years, maybe, or I mean, it's always had a massive support anyway. But
yeah, it's always been strong for us here. But to exponentially increase over a few years is pretty insane, really. I think they got great taste, obviously. But I know metal rock here, metal in these territories, has always been a mainstream music, unlike UK and America, the namby-pamby pop stuff and everything. I mean, I think about my diary. I don't think they let pop fans into Helsinki, into Finland. They're not very welcome up there. people like raw meats and a few beers and manly and real, and whatever. But so. Yeah, I think lots of word of mouth. The shows have always been real good recent years, and we've always put on a big show for everybody. And I guess they tell the friends and they come back. So God knows what we're going to do next time. But it's just great being up here. I just think this stadium is. I don't have a better one anywhere in the world to play in for fans. It's just accessible. It's through a really pretty town. With the canals and the pedestrian areas. It's, as I said before, you get great views of the stage. It's just great being here.
Yeah. And how about the band? Do you think they get wound up for a show this big? I mean, obviously this is probably the biggest one, or one of the biggest ones we're doing on the tour, right?
Yeah, of the stadium, Mexico was about 54, Twickenham's about 50, 55. Yeah, I mean, most stadiums are usually anything up for about 28 to about low 40s. So the 50s plus there aren't as many. Wacken's of course more. Wacken about 70,000. That's a festival. And a place like Prague will be 35, 40. It's so yeah. I guess this would be the biggest stadium show on the tour. Yeah, for sure.
And the band will probably up their game a little bit more, do you think? Or I think they give it 100% every night anyway, don't they? They seem to.
Well, they better. There's a plane at the airport otherwise. Yeah, of course they do. Yeah, I mean always. I mean they're always driven. And the shows have been. I thought Oslo and also Stinky were pretty incredible shows. This show you're going to do so much, everything else got to be right. Audience has got to be well up for it. The sound counts a lot. There's a bit of wind up here can make a difference. When I got this morning, the wind was going into the PA. And so I saw Jason said that either turn the stadium around or change the wind. And it's such a good crew. They managed to do that. So now the wind, if the wind's going in the PA, you're pushing it, you're getting, the quality's going away. Well, yeah. But this way, if it's you don't want a lot of wind, you blow it straight over the audience. But a bit of wind's perfect. And, the conditions here should be, it's so hot. I think people will be wilting, but I've seen Thomas and told the promoters they're going to give the kids a lot of water. They're going to give them a good hosing down after Avenged. Yeah, so they're nice and clammy when we go on, But it is bloody hot.
Yeah, it feels like Portugal here today. It's been the same all over. In Oslo as well, it's pretty hot. Oh, yeah. Well, okay. Well, thank you for that. Well, we're down here in the literally in the bowels of the Ullevi Stadium, and as you say, it's very salubrious and. It's all the glamour of backstage, isn't it? Really? I mean,
rock and roll, mate. Look at it.
Lovely fold-away tables, all that kind of thing. It's all rock. But obviously, you've been big show today, Ullevi. Had a massive tour of because the last time we spoke was actually in Australia, a long time ago.
It was many moons ago.
So yeah, quite a bit's happened since then. But briefly, I mean, how have you felt the whole kind of the tour's gone generally?
Yeah, it's been fantastic everywhere, really. Yeah, I mean, just unbelievable. Probably the best tour we've ever done, really. From the crowd point of view, the amount of people and the reactions we've been getting and stuff like that, it's been amazing.
Well, that's it. I think it's been the biggest Scandinavian tour I think ever done. I mean, most of the shows you're playing, and pretty much besides here, they can't actually fit any more people in. But most of the places you've been playing have been going from indoor up to outdoor stadiums and virtually double what you've been doing before.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, you take it when you get it, don't you? And our whole career span, 30 years or whatever we've had, is the ups and downs and this and that. But at the moment, it's crest of a wave, certainly, without a doubt. And we're at right there.
Well, this stadium, I mean, Rod was saying he actually believes it's probably one of his favourite stadiums in the world to actually play the shows. So how do you feel about the Ullevi? I mean, obviously we did a big show here through 2005.
Yeah, from the shows we've done before, fantastic. But I'll let you know after the gig. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure it'll be good. I mean, last time was amazing. So they Swedes know how to rock. Yeah, definitely.
Well, Gothenburg becomes. Yeah, even in this, it's like Paul was saying, it's like Portugal today.
Oh, it's just unbelievable. It's just playing football today in it as well. It's just absolutely boiling. I thought it'd be a little bit cooler, but it's been really, really hot, and which is fine because you just sweat more.
Well, the football went well today. I know in Oslo it was a little trickier, but let us know how it went.
Yeah, Oslo was a real tough game. It was a 2-2 draw, and it was a great game actually. We played really well. But then 2 days later, thinking, tight legs and everything else, and we had a bit of a scratch team as well. And we actually won 5-2, so and we lost to them last time, and they're a good side. So it was actually a real great result, really, especially in that heat as well.
Obviously, it's your way of kind of letting your, pardon the pun, letting your hair down as such.
I try and hear that, yeah. But no, it's great. You know, we've played 4 games on this tour so far, and we've won 2 and drawn 2. So far, so good.
Okay, well, I'm going to ask you the same question I asked the fans, actually, which is quite a simple question. Favourite part of the show for you? Is there one?
The football. Don't know really. I enjoy it. Yeah, it's difficult. I mean, I enjoy playing. Always enjoy playing Hallowed. Always have done. Mariner's real good at the moment. Actually, I like the bit after the quiet bit. Where it builds up there and you get a bit of a crescendo coming up there, and I really enjoy that bit because the crowd go pretty crazy, and it's kind of good vibe usually.
I think generally, actually, most people we ask actually say that is the highlight of the show. They say always after the quiet bit when he comes back in and Bruce comes out, and then everything goes off and the drums.
You got the pyro, but from our point of view, we're just trying to avoid it. Try to avoid setting our hair alight and just burning all our arms. We've got all the bits coming down on us, and so we just have to kind of keep your head down. But basically, yeah, I enjoy that bit.
Well, I seem to recall in Montreal, I think the pyro guys were using some new ones, and their bangs were a bit bigger than usual.
Yeah, well, they used double the amount as well, and it was so loud. I thought I was going to lose this ear. It actually hurt, believe it or not.
Well, I was actually sitting in a van. Yeah,
kind of scary because you think, he's going to blow your ears, do your eardrums, and that'll be the end of the tour. So we had to have a word. That's just so to say.
Yeah. Okay, well, thank you, Steve.
Cheers.
Have a good show tonight. I'm sure it will be. Are you going to turn up a bit tonight for the bigger show, or? No, I think it's always the same. You guys,
No, we don't turn up anywhere. We just play this. Hopefully to try and play the same level everywhere, really, because it's pretty. The on-stage enclave is pretty well standard everywhere we go. I mean, it's governed by whether we're indoors, outdoors, and this kind of thing. But our actual equipment, we don't really change it too much. Sure. So it is whatever it is, really.
Okay. Well, have a good one tonight, sir. I'll be out the back in my transit van as always. All right, well, thank you very much. And
White van man.
The white van man, yes, the man with the van. See you later.